Hello everyone, welcome back. So today in this video I am going to discuss about what is non-functional testing in software testing. So the name says that non-functional means which is not functional, right? So not functional means what we can say means we are not checking any functionality of an application. Now in my previous video I have already discussed about what is functional testing. If you guys have not seen my previous video, my request is to please see my last video, that is functional testing, then come to this video. Then you can easily understand that what is non-functional testing. So now coming to that point, non-functional means which is not functional, means there is no functionality we are checking. So no functionality will be checked. Then what we will check? We will check only the behavior of the system or behavior of the application. Now, what do you mean by behavior? Like how our software performance, how the load or capacity that can handle, or how the software is reliable, or how the software is scalable, right? So basically in non-functional testing, we are testing that, we are mainly focusing that how our software performance, how our software can handle how much load capacity. Okay, now how our software is reliable, how our software is scalable, right? So this is non-functional testing. So in a simple term, if we go for definition, so non-functional testing says that it is performed to verify the non-functional requirements of any application, and also it verifies whether the behavior of an application is as per the requirement or not. Okay, so non-functional aspect means we can say, right, performance, right, load, then like usability, reliability, scalability, security. So all are non-functional testing, right? So in non-functional testing, we are not checking any type of functional requirements, like if we click on any button, that button should work fine or not, that we are not checking. We are checking that whenever we are clicking on the login button, how our software is behavior, what is the software behavior, how the software is behaving, right? So that is non-functional testing. Okay, so now let us some one very basic example. Let's say there is one application. Okay, let's say login application. So in that login application, uh, suppose username field, password field, and then login button. Okay, so if we clicking on the login button by using correct username and password, then let's say one home page will appear. And whenever the home page is appearing, so I'm just giving you one demo. Okay, let's say this is one application. Okay, so this is one application, and in that application, let's say this is username and this is password, and let's say this is login button. So whenever any user is clicking on the login button, let's say one page will appear, suppose home page. So this is one home page, so home page will appear. So whenever, as we know that everyone will see that whenever we are clicking on the login button, then in that browser, suppose let's say we are just going to one application like Flipkart. Okay, so Flipkart application. So whenever we are clicking anything, so whenever let's say we are clicking on that camera, then something is happening. I mean some browser, I mean some action is happening here. So that's why this total page is coming up. Okay, so now whenever we are clicking on the login button, so let's say it will take 3 seconds, 3 seconds to open that home page. So it will take 3 seconds to open that home page. So in non-functional testing, we are testing that how much time it taking whenever we are clicking on the login button, how much time it taking to open that home page. So we are not worried about that our login button is working or not. So we are mainly worry about that how much time it taken, how our software is reliable, what how the load the software can handle. Okay, what is the performance? Okay, how the security in our software application. Okay, so that is non-functional testing. So we are testing only the non-functional requirements. We are testing only the non-functional requirements of an application like performance, usability, scalability, reliability, security, then load, everything. Okay, so this is non-functional testing. Now you guys are very much clear about what is non-functional testing. Now coming to the next point, that what are the objectives are there for the non-functional testing. So non-functional testing should increase the usability, efficiency, maintainability, and portability of the product. Now make it more simple. Suppose we are working on that application. Okay. So whenever we are clicking on the login page, then one page will appear, home page. Suppose whenever we are clicking on the login button, if it is taken 30 seconds or 1 minute to load that home page, that means our software is not up to the mark. There is some load issue, there is some performance issue is there, right? So if any software, we all are using many types of application. So let's say, just I'm giving you that, suppose you are opening where you are installing any application, and now you are just using that application. Okay, so if you guys see that any page, if we click any button, and whenever one page is coming, it will taking 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, then what will happen, we will just close that application and we will say one comment that this application is not good, like that. That means the application, the functionality is working. Whenever you are clicking on the login button, home page is coming, that is perfectly fine. But our main objective is to that how much that home page is coming to our end, how much taking, I mean, how much time is taking to load that home page. That is our main objective. So we have to check that in non-functional testing, right? So that's why I am saying that the main objective is that non-functional testing should increase the usability, the efficiency of any applications, the maintainability, the scalability, okay, then the reliability, the portability of the product, everything. Okay. Now second point, helps to reduce the producer risk and cost associated with non-functional aspect of the product. Means, suppose, so we have all tested any applications. Let's say we have tested this login page functionality, and we have deployed that in that production server. Okay. Now any end user, he has just installed that applications and he clicking on the login button by putting their correct username and correct password. And whenever they are clicking on the login button, it is taking 1 minute to load that home page. Then it will totally impact on that customer. The customer easily can say that, yes, this application is not up to the mark. The application is not working at all, right? So that's why helps to reduce the production risks and cost associated with non-functional aspects of the product. And third one is that optimize the way product is installed, set up, executes, and manage the monetized. Everything will optimize way of the product. Okay. Now collect and produce measurements and matrices for internal research and development. So obviously whenever we are doing any type of testing or any type of development, then there should be some internal research that how our application is working, how any end user, I mean, how the end user will work. Okay, so what, I mean, our main motive is that the customer satisfaction. If we do this type of application build, or if we do that type of application test or development, everything, anything, okay, so how the customer will satisfy, so we have to focus main thing. This is the main thing. So we have to research everything, we have to internal research and development on that. Okay, now improve and enhance the knowledge of the product behavior and technology. whichever whatever technology we are used, we have to improve and enhance our knowledge on that product behavior. Okay, so these are the objectives of non-functional testing. Now coming to the next one is, that is characteristics of non-functional testing. Okay, so first point is that non-functional testing should be measurable. So there is no place for subjective characterization like good, better, or best. Nothing like that. It may be good, it may be better, it may be best. Not like that. It should be measurable. Okay. Now second one is that exact number of unlikely to be known at the start of the requirement process. Okay. And then important to prioritize the requirements. Whichever whatever requirement has given by the client to us, that should be prioritized to important for the requirements. Okay, and the fourth one is that ensure that quality attributes are identified correctly in software engineering. That is the most important part. We have to mainly focus on that part. How is that quality? That means how our application is behaving. Okay, how our application is behaving, how our application is working. Okay, so we have to make sure the quality of the attributes are identified correctly in the software engineering. That is the main characteristics of non-functional testing. Now guys, you are very much clear about that. Now there is few types are there for the non-functional testing, like performance testing, load testing, follower testing, compatibility testing, usability testing, stress testing, maintainability testing, scalability testing, volume testing, security testing, disaster recovery testing, compliance testing, portability testing, reliability testing, endurance testing, recovery testing, localization testing. Okay, so lots of non-functional testing are there. So don't worry about, guys. I will make different video for everything, every non-functional testing type. I'll make some different video for all of that, and I will give you in detail knowledge about that everything on that non-functional testing. So no problem on that. Okay, so in my upcoming videos I will update everything, no problem. Okay, so these are the types of non-functional testing: performance, loads, usability, compatibility, security, stress testing, endurance testing. Okay, volume testing, security testing, disaster recovery testing. Lots of non-functional testing type are there. So we have to just remember that everything. Okay, so if any interviewer can ask you what are the non-functional testing types, so we guys are very much aggressive that we can say everything on the non-functional testing type. Okay, so I will introduce each and every types of the non-functional testing in my upcoming video. So just follow me. Okay, just support me so that I can make some more better way video out. Okay, so these are the non-functional testing types. Now, whenever we are doing non-functional testing, there should some tools we have to use. Okay, so we just cannot suppose why we will use tool, because let's say whenever we are checking on the non-functional testing, suppose we are we are clicking on the login button. As a single user, I am clicking on the login button and I can see that within 3 seconds this home page is appearing. Now just suppose if 1000 user clicking on the same time. So whenever uploading that our application to the live environment or production environment, whenever we will deploy, so obviously that is worldwide, so anybody can use that. Suppose if 1000 user clicking on the login button at the same time, then what will be the performance of that application? It will take 3 seconds to load, or it will take 30 seconds to load, or it will take 30 minutes to load. How can I measure? Because it is not possible to arrange 1000 laptop or 1000 system and we have to clicking on that same time. That is not possible. So that's why we will use some tools where we can easily put 100 or 1000 user and we can check that how our application is behaving. So that's why we have to maintain some tools for non-functional testing, and some tools I have listed out, that is JMeter, Loadstar, Load Runner, Loadstorm, Neoload. Okay, then be performer, web load professional. So lots of non-functional testing tools are there, but most everybody can use, maximum lots of 90% people are using that JMeter tool. Okay, JMeter tool. So I will make some one different playlist for that non-functional testing or by performance testing by using JMeter. Then you can easily understand that how non-functional testing is working in real-time environment. Okay, I will make some another video. I will make one separate playlist for that performance testing by using JMeter. So don't worry about that. So just follow me, just support me, and you will get everything from my. Okay, so these are the non-functional testing tools. Now coming to the next one is that advantages of non-functional testing. So lots of advantages are there. Okay, lots of advantages, like it provides a higher level of security. Okay, because security is the most important part in our software. Suppose if we are working in any banking application and if there is no security, then anybody can come to your application and they can take away for all of your monies, right? So that's why non-functional testing, security testing is a type of non-functional testing. So it provides a higher level security. So non-functional testing provides a higher level security. So security is a fundamental feature due to which system is protected from the cyber attacks. Okay. So now second one is that it ensures the loading capability of the system so that any number of user can use it simultaneously. That I have already told you that. Suppose let's taking one example, that is Flipkart. Taking Flipkart. So whenever any occasion, in the occasion time, so Flipkart or Amazon, they can give one bumper offer or big billion sale like that. So that day, lots of user will use that Flipkart or Amazon to buy any product. So that time, how the Flipkart is behaving, how the Flipkart will work, how much load they can handle. If if 1 lakhs of user can can access that uh, Flipkart application, then how Flipkart applications behaving. So what is the Flipkart application behavior? That how many load can, I mean, how many load the Flipkart can handle. So that is the next part, that it ensures the loading capacity of the system so that any number of user can use it simultaneously. So that is the load testing. Okay. So now next one is that it improves the performance of the system. How much, in how many time, how fast our application is opening. If we clicking on the login button, how, to load any particular page, how much time it taking. That means how our performance, it improves the performance of the system. And test cases are never changed, so do not need to write them more than once. So if we write down some test cases of non-functional testing, as it's a non-functional testing, there is no functionality will be checked, so that we are checking only the non-functional aspect. So that's why the test case will never change. So that's why if we write any test case, we don't need to rework on the test cases. That is the important advantage of the non-functional testing. Now coming to the next one, that is overall time consumption is less as compared to other testing process. So it will take less time because we are using some tool to testing the non-functional testing, right? Now coming to the next one is that disadvantage of non-functional testing. What are the disadvantage? So every time the software is updated, a non-functional tester performed again. So suppose a developer has developed something and they have released some build, like the build version is 1.0.0, and we have tested that build on by using non-functional testing. Now when they have again released some another build, that is 1.1.0, that means we have to again test that non-functional testing, that how our application is working, how our application is behaving. Okay, so every time the software is updated and non-functional tests are performed again. Okay, now second point is that due to software updates, people have to pay or re-examine the software. Thus, software becomes very expensive, obviously. So as we are updating something, we are updating means we are we are updating some functionality. We are adding some functionality, some extra feature on that application. So that's why people have to pay to re-examine that software. So that's why the software becomes very expensive. So these are the disadvantage of non-functional testing. So now you guys are very much clear about that what is non-functional testing and how we can use the non-functional testing and when we will use the non-functional testing, right? So that's it. That is all about for today's topic, that is non-functional testing. So if you guys have any doubt, please comment me. And obviously, if you guys have liked my video, one thumbs up and share with your friends so they can get my videos and they can update it themselves on software testing fields. And subscribe to my channel EduPaat and clicking on the bell icon so you will get my videos update notifications first. Okay, so see you in the next topic with some interesting topics of software testing. Thank you.